In this video, we are going to talk about future technologies. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. However, because technology is always evolving, it is necessary to monitor and update this valuable knowledge on a regular basis. With this in mind, I've compiled a list of the top 10 future technologies that are now off the radar of the general public, but which are expected to create significant waves in the near future. Here's a list of the top 10 future technologies. Let's start. Number 10. 4D printing. The term 4D printing may cause some misunderstanding. I am not proposing that humanity will be able to create and access another dimension using this technology. Only Rubik can do that. Put another way, a 4D printed product is a 3D printed object that may change its qualities when a specific stimulus is provided, such as being submerged underwater or heated, shaking or not stirring. As a result, the fourth D is time. The amount of time required for the stimulus to be relevant. The most difficult problem for this technology is, without a doubt, identifying the most appropriate smart material for all of its various applications, namely a hydrogel or a shape memory polymer for the time being. Some work is being done in this area, but we are still far from being ready to serve our customers because we have not yet mastered the art of reversible alterations in some materials. Number 9. YOLOV5. Real-time object detection is a technique for detecting items in video that is used to detect objects in real time. Most of what we wish to utilize in the future is based on this technology, including everything from Tesla's self-driving cars to Amazon's cashier-free stores. It is referred to as the YOLO, you only look once, models since they are some of the most adaptable and famous real-time object recognition and labeling models available. For a variety of reasons, the most recent iteration, V5, of the model deserves to be included on this list. It is written in PyTorch, which will make the process of deploying it on mobile devices much simpler. It's also a rapid process. It was lightning fast. While maintaining precision, it is possible to shoot at 140 frames per second. Finally, YOLOV5 is about 90% smaller than YOLOV4 in terms of volume. This means that it will be much easier to deploy to embedded devices in the future. Number 8. Zero-knowledge proof. Have you ever heard of the term privacy? Computer experts are working on perfecting a cryptographic tool that would allow us to prove anything without disclosing the information that was used to establish the point. It seems unbelievable, but it's not impossible once you get your head around the notion and realize that it's a little more complicated than simply saying, "Mon bro, you know I'm up to the challenge." Allow me to illustrate my point with an example. Assume for a moment that a man named John has a buddy named Jane who is visually impaired. He also has two marbles in his possession, which are different in color, but identical in shape and size, despite they are made of different materials. Jane tucks them behind her back and hands one of them to her husband, John. She then repeats the process, either changing the marble or exhibiting the same one again, and inquires as to whether this is the same marble as the one she previously showed. John would have a 50/50th chance of predicting whether it was the same or not if she did it again, so she goes ahead and does it once more. Again and again. In addition, because John recognizes the colors of the marbles, he correctly guesses each time, reducing the likelihood that he guessed fortunate. Jane thus knows that John knows which marble is the original exhibited, as well as what color it is, despite the fact that she has never known what color any of the marbles are. And there you have it, zero-knowledge proof. Number 7. 20-minute water. The recipe was developed specifically for use in underdeveloped countries, particularly in rural places where people do not have access to chemical treatments such as chlorine bleach. It has the potential to rescue some of the 300,000 children under the age of 5 who die every year from waterborne diseases such as cholera, typhoid, and hepatitis around the world. It may also be beneficial to some of the 2.2 billion individuals who do not have access to a wastewater treatment facility. In contrast to the other inventions discussed in this essay, this one has few drawbacks. In addition, it is extremely inexpensive because the amount of silver used in the nanowires is so little. The cost of silver is insignificant, and the electricity required may be easily supplied by a small solar panel or a pair of 12-volt automobile batteries. Because the filter does not trap bacteria, but rather kills them, it can have considerably wider holes, which allows water to pass through at a faster rate. To be more specific, it is more than 80,000 times faster than existing filters. And it does it without clogging, which is a problem that affects existing alternatives. Number 6. Seawater fuel. When it comes to energy, the sea continues to be a vastly underutilized resource. Given the melting of the North Pole, it is unlikely that we will run out anytime soon. In addition, according to researchers, it may soon be put to good use as a ship's fuel. Please bear with me as I explain how the process works. A potassium-promoted molybdenum carbide catalyst, thank you, is used to remove carbon dioxide from seawater, which is then converted into carbon monoxide by the reverse water gas shift (RWGS) reaction. A hydrocarbon can be produced from carbon monoxide by a process known as the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. After that, ships can use this hydrocarbon in place of pre-onboarded gasoline, which is known to be fraught with dangers and hazards. Number 5. Unnamed dynamic neural networks technology. It is possible to make predictions about the nature of input by using neural networks, which use hidden layers to break down information, the input, images, audio, videos, handwritten text, into tiny pieces of easily understandable components, allowing for a computer to inform a prediction about the nature of said input. It achieves this through the use of a large number of training datasets and mathematical models. As a result, it operates in a manner similar to that of our brain, hence the name of the technology. Despite the fact that this is not a new development, the world of data science has been on the lookout for faster and more effective ways to use neural networks in order to service the approaching Internet of Things revolution. Number 4. Robotic bees. Let's be honest, the weather out there isn't particularly pleasant. And that's killing bees, which we rely on to pollinate 35% of our crops, which we rely on for food, which we rely on to keep us from going to the grave with our bodies. Will we be able to stop climate change in order to save the bees? Of course not, that's not how we do things around here. Instead, we're planning to design robotic bees that will pollinate plants in the same way that real bees do. And by we, I'm referring to Walmart. Although specifics are lacking, the majority of researchers believe that the bees would function by attaching horsehair covered with ionic liquid gel to a small drone. Pollen is picked up by the hair and carried from one flower to the next by the wind. Researchers at Harvard University have been working on robo-bees for a long time, employing such techniques. What Walmart provides on top of that is a diverse array of sensors, cameras, artificial intelligence, and other technologies that can be used to detect appropriate crops and pollinate them as needed. Number 3. Energy storing bricks. Researchers have discovered a way to store energy in the inexpensive red bricks that have been used for construction around the world for hundreds of years. This procedure is effective for 2 reasons. Bricks are porous and contain a substance known as hematite, which gives it its color. Researchers heat the bricks to 160 degrees Fahrenheit and vaporize their surfaces using hydrochloric acid coupled with an organic substance known as EDIT in order for them to store and then release energy. When this mixture comes into contact with hematite, a chemical reaction occurs, resulting in the formation of a new plastic nanofiber covering known as petit. A continuous and electrically conductive layer forms on each of the brick's faces as a result of the polymer becoming trapped in the porous surface of the brick. The common building block can then be used as an ion sponge, storing and transmitting electrical current. Number 2. Lithography. Lithography is a technology that tries to transport information from point A to point B using light. The technique works by encrypting digital data and flashing LED bulbs on and off at a rate that is faster than humans can notice in order to communicate the data. It then passes via a photoreceptor, which has the capability of decoding and translating the data into more traditional radio frequencies, Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G. There are numerous advantages to conducting business in this manner. Number 1. Femtosecond projection two-photon lithography. It is a solution in search of a problem, and the technology has failed to find an audience over the course of the last decade to which it can appeal. To put it another way, 3D printers are still prohibitively expensive for the average Joe, and they are not smart or quick enough for large-scale manufacturing enterprises. Researchers have devised a technology that uses lasers to project millions of points simultaneously onto 3D printing material, rather than using one point at a time, which might revolutionize the industry in the next several years. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.